Hello everyone and welcome back to Neptune's Child Tarot. My name is Monique and this is my second tarot channel here on YouTube. For those of you that are new, welcome. You may also want to check out my main tarot channel, Moon Moth Goddess, where I do have a bunch of other pick a card readings posted for you guys. And you may want to check that out as I do have a bunch of playlists over there for you guys. But today's pick a card reading, we are doing messages from your higher self. So I'm going into this reading with the intention that your higher self has a message, an important message to communicate to you. Spirit guided me to do this reading, especially for those of you that are maybe feeling a little bit lost or feeling like, what is my higher self trying to communicate to me? Like, what is Spirit trying to tell me? So we're going to see what those important messages are. Maybe it's something that you're missing, something that you're not seeing, something that your higher self is trying to get your attention about, you know, and maybe is not getting through to you. Getting through. It could be something you're ignoring, something that you're doubting. Okay, so we're just going to see whatever comes through. We do have 3 crystals. We're going to be adding in one of these cards as well. Pile number 1 is going to be this crystal here, which is a red hematoid quartz or fire quartz. And then pile number 2, I believe this is a Mookaite, Jasper, maybe, I'm not sure. I think it's a Mookaite Jasper. And then pile number 3 is a different red hematoid quartz that I have. This one's a little bit different color, or very different color than this one, but they're both red hematoid quartz. Okay, so let's add in this message here. We're getting a message from your higher self, an important message that your higher self has to you about something or someone, or maybe something about your path or your career. Your higher self is trying to get your attention. Maybe it's something you're not seeing, something you're not noticing. We'll see whatever comes through, whatever needs your attention at this time. So pile 1, what message does your higher self have for you at this time? Okay, so we have Empathic Starseed. It says energetic sovereignty, absorbing what's not yours. Okay, absorbing what's not yours. So that is going to be for pile number 1. So pile number 2, what important message does your higher self have for you? We have the star ancestors, and it says hidden secrets, lost wisdom, and look a little deeper. Okay, so let's see for pile 3. What important message does your higher self have for you? Pile 3, what important message does pile 3's higher self have? We have the return, and it says a new story. You decide. Alignment. It's coming together. Okay, if you do feel drawn to more than one pile for today's reading, that is perfectly okay. So do whatever it is that your intuition is drawing you in towards. Let's take a closer look at the cards and the crystals. So pile 1, we have the Empathic Starseed, and that is with this red hematoid quartz here for pile number 1. Pile number 2, like I said, I think this is a Mookaite Jasper, and this one is this with the star ancestors for pile number 2. And then pile number 3, we have the return with this red hematoid quartz. Okay, so whatever it is that your gut is telling you, your intuition, like I said, if you feel guided to more than one to listen to today, that's perfectly okay. You may have messages across the piles, or maybe it's just one today. Go with whatever your gut feeling is telling you, okay? So pile 1 with the Empathic Starseed and the red hematoid quartz. Pile 2 with the star ancestors and the, I'm going to call it Mookaite Jasper. And then pile number 3 with the return and this red hematoid quartz. Timestamps are down below, and I will see you guys at your reading. Hi, pile 1. So those of you that resonate with the Empathic Starseed, energetic sovereignty, and absorbing what's not yours. So this is a very important message to start off with right off the bat. from your higher self, okay? Many of you may resonate as an empathic starseed, okay? But the whole energetic sovereignty is about you gaining freedom from the energy that you could be absorbing, especially if you do resonate as an empath, okay? You could be absorbing people's energies from friends, from family members, from coworkers, and this is absorbing what's not yours, which means that you can be taking on other people's emotions, issues, problems, negative thinking, and kind of like an energetic sponge of holding onto and absorbing all of this energy. So I'm feeling this is a very clear message for you, Pal 1, to be more protective of your energy so that you are more so observing the energy and not observe, don't absorb, is basically what this is, okay? The energetic sovereignty, which means that you are freeing yourself from the energy of other people, okay? So many of you with the empathic energy here may be mirrors that are reflecting energy of other people, and sometimes it could be hard to discern what is yours and what's not yours, especially if you're, let's just say you're around somebody who is an energy vampire, or you're in an environment with a lot of toxic people. Sometimes we can go into that space and absorb a lot of energy that's not ours, okay? And the perfect example that I can give this to you is because I am also an empath. Sometimes, and this is no offense to friends, family, if you're watching this, but sometimes I am, when I go to family parties, when I go to and hang out with certain family members or certain friends, their energy can be very draining for me. And sometimes after I've spent time with a certain family member, or even at a party, like an event where there's a lot of people, it will throw my energy out of balance for at least 2 to 3 days. So I've had to really learn how to stay on top of clearing my energy, because I could be around people who are, let's just say they're very depressed, or they're very sad, or they're very negative, or they're very toxic, or they're very aggressive. And then I can come home and be mean to my husband for no reason and lash out at him. And it's just like, there's no reason to. There's no reason to. So sometimes we can pick up on a lot of that energy, you know, where I might get like snippy with him for no reason. Like, we're not mad, we're not fighting with each other, everything's fine, everything's good, but all of a sudden I've picked up this energy of someone, right, from someplace else. So this is a need for you to really work towards protecting your energy. Many of you that like to work with crystals, selenite is a very powerful cleaner, also obsidian, okay? Obsidian is also really good, but also just, you know, clearing your energy when you come home, grounding, walking in nature, things of that nature. But yeah, that's a very important message for some of you, especially if you notice like your energy just feels drained, or you feel tired, you feel exhausted, you feel lethargic, which is sometimes what happens to me. And most of the time it's on the weekend when I'm not doing pick your card readings. I'll go like visit family on Friday or Saturday, and then I'll come home and I'm just like a mess for a couple days, when I have to just like, it's been too much people, too much energy, and I just need to like be away and just kind of ground and get myself back to balance again for Monday morning when I can do readings. Okay, so that's the first message that I'm seeing there for you, is to, yes, energetic sovereignty. Okay, so let's see what message, what important message, because of course this can affect us, right? This can affect us in many different ways. We can be feeling sad. We can feel depressed for no reason. And some of you, yes, it could be going through ascension symptoms and things of that nature. But you just want to kind of see, like, where am I? Where have I been? Was I in a place that had, like, way too much going on? Or am I absorbing somebody else's bad mood? Or, you know, whatever it could be. Okay, so let's see. Pile number 1, what important message does your higher self have for you? We have the Wheel of Fortune. We have the Four of Pentacles. What important message does pile number... There's the Five of Swords. Okay. What important message? The Four of Swords. We've got the Fool and the Lovers. Okay. So I like this. Being that we started off with the this absorbing what's not yours, because I'm seeing where we have this Four of Pentacles energy here. And the Four of Pentacles is fears. Fear of loss, fear of taking a risk. This can also be when we're getting a little stuck or stagnant. So I'm feeling that being that your message started off with watching your energy, because the Wheel of Fortune is about the cycles of life that we go through, changes. And it's about learning how to go with the ebb and flow of life. And sometimes if we are picking up on other people's energy, absorbing what's not ours, look at the Five of Swords. The Five of Swords is a card of self-sabotaging thoughts. Okay? Self-sabotaging thoughts, feeling defeated. We also have the Lover's energy here too. And the Lovers is about balance. It's about harmony. So I'm feeling here, especially with this message, the Four of Swords is about rest. Resting the mind. Bringing the mind to a state of calm, a state of peace. The Fool, to me, also with this message about sovereignty, the Fool is an energy that is free. It is without restriction. It is without fears. It is without limitations. And so more or less, I feel like this message here is about you bringing your own energy back into balance. And that may come through grounding. It may come through spending time in meditation. Okay. Is what I'm seeing here. So some of you may be going through a lot of energetic changes, I feel like, at this time as well. But let's see what else the Spirit has to say about your higher self wanting you to pay attention. What is the message here for pile one's higher self, Spirit? What important message does pile one's higher self have for pile number one? What is the important message here for pile one? Release. Okay. Release here. Yeah, and I feel like a lot of this, right, with the Five of Swords energy here. Because I'm looking at this, and this guy looks like he's got a little, it looks like a butterfly that's trapped in the jar. Maybe this holding on to other people's energy or absorbing other people's energy is also something that's blocking out you from progressing, you from moving forward. There's a need for you to release this energy, right? So that you can be free to restore balance and harmony within inside of yourself, so that you can go with the flow of where your higher self is trying to help you, to lead you, right? If we start absorbing other people's energy or the energy around us in certain situations, certain connections, that creates blockages for us, right? Because it lowers our vibration, it lowers our frequency, right? Even if no matter how much healing and spiritual work and all of these things that we've done, ascension on our path, we can always revert back into lower vibrational energies. Doesn't mean we're going to stay there, but we can always drift right back into old patterns of behavior, old ways of thinking. And many of you, I feel like you've worked very hard on yourself and your own energy to keep yourself, let's just say, vibing high, in alignment. And so I feel like your higher self bringing up this message about, because I feel like a lot of this, especially for those of you that are starseeds, is about your mission, right? Staying in alignment with what your mission is, following your destiny. So if you get caught up with other people's energy or absorbing, right, and letting it be something that kind of holds you captive in a way, you get thrown off. You get thrown out of alignment. So I'm feeling this is where it's important for you to work towards releasing that energy here as well. So let's see what else for pile number one, Spirit. What important messages pile one's higher self have for them. We've got the wild goose, and it says trust in the group and communication. And all of these geese are flying together. They're all flying together. So that's where I'm feeling it's really important for you to stay on top of your own energy, because your intuition and your higher self is leading you towards your path, towards your destiny, towards alignment, towards you moving to what your heart's desires are. And so that you do feel open enough to take risks in life, to take leap of faith, to pursue what it is that you want. But if you're kind of stuck in this energy here, right, because you're picking up energy from other people. I mean, this could even be releasing yourself from stuff from your past, you know, energetic sovereignty, because we can also be carrying energetic burdens from things from our past, things that we haven't healed. So it doesn't just have to be about what we currently have going on, right? It could definitely be things that we're still holding on to from our past. So this makes me feel it's like Spirit's wanting you to kind of stay with it, right? It says trust in the group with communication. So I'm seeing the owl at the bottom. It says vision and silence. So maybe for some of you, it's like if you feel a little bit clouded, you feel a little bit blocked, you know, that taking some time to rest, to reflect, to meditate, so you can bring yourself back to balanced energy here. So let's see what else. Connect is coming out. Maybe connecting to your higher self more, okay, through meditation. Maybe by working on releasing energetic burdens that you're carrying. The release of these things are going to be something that helps you to elevate or raise your vibration so that you are able to connect in with your higher self. Okay. Let's see what else for pile number 1. What message does their higher self have for them? What important message does pile 1's higher self have for pile number 1, Spirit? Pile number 1. We have practice. Practice. Maybe for some of you that feel like, oh, I don't know how to connect to my higher self. This is you working towards improving, right? Getting better. And keep trying over and over again until, you know, during those times where you create that time and that space for yourself, and just doing it, right? Every day. You make it part of your practice. And maybe that's what this is saying too. Practice. Maybe you need to incorporate more of connecting with your higher self into your practice. Or if you're working towards something, improving or becoming a better version of self, right? The only way that we can do that is if we keep at it, right? We have disillusion here. And so the disillusion could be a need for breaking free from something, maybe a certain way of looking at something. I kind of want to see what it is. So let's see, what is this disillusion? What is this disillusion for pile number 1? Queen of Pentacles in reverse, which is ungrounded energy. So maybe the illusion is, because this is talking about your energetic sovereignty here, that you don't need to stay like that. That it's not permanent. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're feeling a little bit low here, a little bit self-sabotaging or self-limiting beliefs, that it is an illusion. Right? It is an illusion. It's not authentically you. So if something is throwing you off and making you feel ungrounded, this is your higher self wanting you to know this is not your true self. This is not your true nature. The other thing that is coming through was the 8 of Wands. The video cut out, so we have to re-record this a little bit. But I just noticed when this 8 of Wands card came out, we have a bunch of these geese here that are flying together. And then you have the wild goose here, in which they're also flying in a what do you call that? Their flock, their group. You know, the Eight of Wands is about communication. Yes, this is also talking about communication. This is also talking about action, setting things in motion, getting things in motion. And when the Queen of Pentacles is in reverse, sometimes this can be something that we lack dedication to. We lack commitment. So I'm feeling that Spirit is saying here that for some of you, this energy that you could be holding on to could be something that when it does throw you off, it throws you off in a way that it, you know, makes you, of course, feel ungrounded here. So maybe there's also a need for practicing grounding, especially because you can't just cut off everybody, right? You can't just cut off everybody from your life. But yeah, learning how to set some boundaries here. But I am feeling that with the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, it does kind of put you in a place where it, what do you call that? Throws off your motivation. It throws off your own motivation, your own, like, could affect your commitment, dedication to getting things done, which of course can lead to stagnancy, right? It can lead to a lot of self-sabotaging thoughts. So I'm feeling where your higher self is letting you know how important you keeping your energy grounded, stable, protected is something that is so important for you. Maybe for some of you, practicing mindfulness, right? About where your thoughts are kind of trailing off to. Right? So that you're, especially when you do feel like you're ungrounded because of other people that you've been surrounding yourself with, or there's a certain situation that is unavoidable, right? Because sometimes we have those things that we go through where everything in life is fine and dandy, and then all of a sudden there is some type of something happening out of left field. We've got a family conflict, or we've got something going on with a romantic partner. We've got a friend situation going on. And that can completely throw us off. So I almost feel it's like when this happens to you, it's almost like spirits, your higher self is wanting to help you to learn how to bring yourself back to center a lot faster and a lot quicker. So it's not something that completely throws you off for, let's just say, months or even years, where you start to shift back into a mentality or mindset of self-sabotage. And then it throws you off course, you know? So I'm feeling the importance for you of meditation, of mindfulness, of silence, of quieting the mind, and about trusting where your intuition, your higher self is guiding you, leading you. Okay? Because the geese are here, I want to read what this message has here for you guys. So this is the Untamed Spirit Animal Oracle. And so the wild goose says, I fly on the earth visiting beloved places, refuges, the banks of lakes. My strength is in the flock, in remaining united in the face of adversity. However, I never lose my individual nature. I can recognize my desires by observing the stories of others. It says, when the wild goose who leads the group is tired, it gives up its place to one with more energy. This means that the leader of the geese understands when it must stop and let someone else lead for the good of the group. In many traditions, the wild goose represents loyalty to one's group. Among the flock, loyalty is fundamental, as is the faith that allows us to trust others when we can't clearly focus on our destiny alone. In the flock, like with family ties, the goose maintains open communication so that no one is left behind or excluded. Sometimes the strength of understanding ourselves resides in others. It is good for us to give in and ask for help. This is also true for the creative spirit. The goose reminds us that our best ideas depend equally on our natural predisposition and our ability to listen to good advice. Okay? So I feel like this is especially important with the whole observing, right? Other people, other situations, but also not absorbing their energy, not allowing it to be something that also throws you off. But also when you are feeling like this, I feel like your higher self is saying, I'm here. I'm here for you. All you have to do, especially if you feel frustrated, like, why can't I hear my higher self? Why can't I connect in? Why can't I hear my intuition? Right? Is practicing here. So I do want to see what this practice is here. I'm going to use a different deck. So what is it that your higher self wants you to practice? Pile 1. What is it that your higher self wants you to practice? Your intuition. Your intuition. Listening. Going within. I love that. Practice connecting to your higher self. I love that. That's funny. I love that. Let's see. Okay, so what else do we want to put in here? Let's put in some of these. What other messages does pile 1's higher self have? What important messages? What important message? So let's just say you are, right? You've come so far on your spiritual path, right? And then you're feeling a little tired. You're losing motivation. You're getting caught up with other self-sabotaging thoughts, holding on to other people's energy. And that kind of just throws you off course. It's like your higher self is trying to get you back to connected in. And so, because there within the intuition lies our inner compass, right? Our inner compass is within. So it's a need for trusting kind of like your inner navigation system. And you can find that in silence, right? In silence. So what important message does your higher self, so especially important when you are feeling ungrounded, when you are feeling lost, okay? It's okay to ask for help. It's okay to pause and stop and meditate and ask your spirit guides, ask your higher self, I need help. I'm feeling a little lost right now. Can you guide me here? Or can you send me some signs, some symbols, some synchronicities to let me know that I'm on the right path, that I'm doing the right thing, right? But this is your higher self wanting you to continue to practice, to connecting in and trusting what your intuition is telling you. Okay? Especially if you are feeling depleted and your intuition is telling you, rest, take a pause, take a break, go on vacation, right? You're losing motivation here, right? Because with the 8 of Wands, what this goose is saying is this energy can only go so far, right? You're going to get to a point where you get tired and someone else is taking the lead, right? That can be you allowing your intuition to lead you, your higher self to lead you, instead of feeling like, I got it, I know what I'm doing. You know, it's okay to take a step back, take a pause and say, okay, intuition, take over. You know, lead me, guide me. Let's see here. Pile 1, what important messages does your higher self have for you at this time? I'm loving this pile. I feel like it is really beautiful, beautiful, intuitive energy. We've got Eye of the Needle with intentionality. Yeah, so I'm feeling like in the way that your higher self is trying to guide you is through focused intention. Focused intention, not just kind of like here, there. It's like the Queen of Pentacles energy is very grounded, very disciplined, very organized, nurturing, committed, dedicated, putting in the work, right? And sometimes, like I said, this other energy can throw us off and we start, you know, coming in with the self-sabotaging thoughts, that being something that does throw us off there and then makes us what? Feel afraid. I'm too afraid to take this risk. So let's see here. What messages, what important message does pile number 1's higher self have for pile number 1 at this time? We have the Watchers with transpersonal. The Watchers. This makes me feel like, in a way, your higher self is saying you're never alone. You're never alone here. There's so much of this light energy. Look at this light that's around what looks like the head of a, I don't even know what this is, if it's like a lion or something here, but it's something very spiritual with all of this beautiful energy that's coming out of the crown. You know? So to me, it's almost like your higher self is saying here, I don't know, I'm noticing that both here we have this circle energy here, like a golden sphere, and there's also a golden sphere here. So maybe for some of you, if you are feeling a little bit ungrounded, maybe this is about you practicing and meditating with surrounding yourself with a beautiful healing golden light. I'm also feeling, I don't know why, because it's yellow, it makes me feel solar plexus chakra too. Solar plexus, your confidence. What message does pile number 1's higher self have for them? Important message. We have many masks, and it says the authentic self. And that's ultimately what I feel like your higher self is trying to lead you towards, is you connecting in with your authentic self, right? Because these other versions, the 4 of Pentacles, the 5 of Swords, that's not you. The Queen of Pentacles in reverse, that's not you either. This is you right here, this High Priestess. Let's see, what else? We have the jeweled web with connectivity. So I love this, because to me this is kind of like this network of souls, of beings, of starseeds, of something larger than yourself, right? It's about you feeling in that connection with your spirit team, feeling their love, feeling their embrace, feeling their support, their guiding on your journey. And I'm seeing at the bottom, we have the wall with obstacles, right? And of course, this energy can present obstacles. Even that 5 of Swords, 4 of Pentacles can be ones that create obstacles that are there. I am wanting to look at what this release is here. I'm feeling, of course, because we're talking about energetic sovereignty here, that it is having to do with, I don't know. It looks like there's a little crow here, almost like they're grieving. Maybe this is letting go of false versions of self, the past. What is pile 1 needing to release? What is pile 1 needing to release? What is pile 1 needing to release, Spirit? What is pile 1 needing to release? The exile. The exile. Which is getting rid of something. But what? Maybe it's removing certain people out of your life for some of you. We have remembrance here. Okay, so maybe that's the past. Your past. Letting go of the past. And we have flying here, which to me speaks a lot about freedom, about release. Again, right? Letting go. And I'm seeing the phoenix at the bottom. This is transformation within you, right? In order for you to transform, in order for you to, I'm feeling like a rebirth here. In order for you to do that, you have to work towards releasing and letting go of your past. The things that you still might have attachments to, right, from your past. It could be, you know, throwing your energy out of alignment at times. Okay. But yes, pile 1, I'm definitely feeling the protecting of energy. I'm also wanting to kind of see what messages Spirit, with this energetic sovereignty. Why is this important for pile number 1? Why is this energetic sovereignty important for pile number 1? The King of Cups. In order for you to keep yourself in a place of emotional balance, emotional stability, tuning into your intuitive gifts, your creative energy, your psychic powers, gifts. This is you being the master of your emotions, right? Not being affected. Because look at this King of Cups in the boat. There is a storm here. Look at those waves that are crashing right around him, but yet he is balanced right on the edge of this boat, unfazed, right, by all of this stuff that's happening around him. That is the embodiment of the energy of the King of Cups, is when we have moved into a place of mastering our feelings, our emotions. We're not rocked by people that are having a tantrum or a fight or something going on around us. Of course, again, observe, don't absorb, right? He can stand there and observe all of this craziness that's taking place here. Doesn't mean he has to absorb all of this energy, but he can observe it, right? Acknowledge, yes, it's there, but that doesn't mean that I have to have some type of an emotional reaction to this, right? We're learning how to better control our feelings and emotions. And I don't mean suppress, okay? I don't mean block out our feelings and our emotions, but it's better us learning how to control them versus us having our emotions control us in a way that, you know, we could lash out at people, or we could be very moody, or, you know, things of that nature, you know, where you learn how to just, absorbing what's not yours. This isn't his, right? All that's floating out around there. That's somebody else's storm. Let's see what else. Why is this energetic sovereignty important? The Two of Cups for balance. Balance within you. Harmony within you. Right? That's why it's important here for you. The Page of Pentacles. Why? Because you need your energy in balance so you can focus on your creative energy. You can focus on new opportunities, new projects, new things that you're working towards, right? Queen of Wands at the bottom. Queen of Wands. That is focused, intention, discipline. Tapping into your creative energy, tapping into your power. Okay. So that is the message for you from your higher self, pile 1. I do hope this was helpful for you guys, and I will see you in the next reading. Hi, pile 2. So those of you that resonate with these star ancestors, it says hidden secrets, lost wisdom, and look a little deeper. Okay, so message from your higher self, an important message from your higher self today. So we're going to see and allow whatever it is that needs to come through. But already, to me, this is speaking a lot about maybe even past lives for some of you. Looking within your ancestry. Okay, maybe some of you, I'm seeing the pyramids here. So some of you may even have strong connection to Egypt. Okay, hidden secrets, lost wisdom. It's like your, may even be Akashic records for some of you. Like your higher self is wanting you to be very connected in, and to kind of maybe look a little deeper, maybe within yourself, or maybe exploring past lives for those of you that do believe in that. A little bit more of your spiritual side. But we'll see what comes through here. We're going to pull some tarot and see what important message does your higher self have for you. Pile number 2. What important message does your higher self have for you? What important message does your higher self have for you? We have the Ten of Cups. Maybe this is through finding happiness, finding joy, finding fulfillment. Look to your past. What is it about your past, though, that is unlocking this for you? Because this is really talking about past energy, and it says look a little deeper. So maybe there's something within your past. I don't know what it is yet. Let's see what else. What is the message for pile number 2? What message does their higher self have for them? 7 of Cups. Some of you, this is being revealed in your dreams through visions. Your past. And I feel like there's something about your past that is a key to you finding happiness in the present. Maybe there's something that you're learning, or you've learned, or you're needing to integrate. Maybe needing to integrate something from your past that you've learned into the present moment. But yeah, I'm feeling that it is something. We've got the King of Pentacles. It is something that your higher self is trying to reveal to you in your dream state. It may even happen through if you meditate. Okay. The Ace of Wands. I want to see what this is about. I'm feeling some of you are doubting the messages that you're getting from your higher self. I'm seeing the Devil at the bottom. The Devil. The Ace of Wands energy is about a spark of a creative inspiration. An idea. And I feel like something that is going to bring you abundance, stability, security. And I almost feel like Spirit's saying here, look to your past to find the key to happiness to your future. This is Spirit saying, look a little deeper. Let's get a little bit more. Pile number 2. Pile number 2, Spirit. What message does their higher self, what important message does pile 2's higher self have for them? What is this? Commitment. Is this a relationship? Is it a past relationship? Or is this a commitment that you're making to yourself? We'll have to see here. Let's get a little bit more. What is this, Spirit? What is pile 2's higher self's message for pile number 2? What is the message pile 2's higher self has for them? We've got progress with the kangaroo. Progress and care. What message does pile 2's higher self have for pile 2? We have the seal, spirit and perception. Perception could be your perception of things. I'm seeing independence and psychic powers at the bottom. It's like your higher self is wanting you to trust in your abilities here. Maybe you're changing, maybe even changing your perspective of things. I feel like this is going to be a deep one, pile 2. So we'll see. What message does pile 2's higher self have for pile number 2? I think we're going to have to clarify some of this tarot and the Star Ancestors card. What message does pile 2's higher self have for pile number 2? Humility. Humility. And this really is about you being able to understand or see that there is a force that is greater than you. Whatever you choose to recognize that force as, Mother Earth, Gaia, Spirit, God, Universe. Let's see. Blockage. Where is the blockage? Is it the past? Because we have the devil here. Maybe we should keep that. Okay, let's try to figure this out, pile 2. I'm going to save your devil card. We have a blockage here. And maybe it is something that's blocking out your happiness, right? Something about your past. Maybe some of you are holding on to something from the past. And there's something that you're needing to learn from that experience that you've gone through that you haven't integrated yet. And because you might be holding on to that, it could be creating a blockage for you. Could be. And maybe it is a commitment here, right? The devil energy can also be an attachment. An attachment. I mean, this could be something that you have from this lifetime. It can even be something that you have from past lifetimes. An energetic attachment to something or someone. I'm feeling, though, especially for those of you that have a connection from your past or something from your past that you have not healed or you have not released. Some of you, it is a relationship. The devil energy can be something that's keeping you stuck. Something that is keeping you stuck here. So let's clarify what the 6 of Cups energy is here. Maybe it's something that's hindering your progress from moving forward into a more grounded energy here. Maybe there's a need for you to make a more of a commitment to yourself, to moving on from your past. Because for some of you with that 7 of Cups, it can be also about keeping ourselves stuck in an illusion, a fantasy, a dream, right? Especially with someone from the past. If we have an attachment to them, the attachment is also an illusion with the devil. Okay, so why is this 6 of Cups energy here? What is the 6 of Cups, Spirit? Why is the 6 of Cups here? The Hangman. This is basically your higher self saying that there's something about your past or something in your past that you're needing to surrender to. You're needing to let go of. You're needing to change your perspective on. The 3 of Swords. This is pain. This is suffering. This is heartache. Maybe a breakup that you've had. Even childhood. This is a relationship or family situation for some of you. Okay? Family, loved ones, people that you lived with, people that you had a close connection to. There's something tied into your past that is creating a blockage here, especially if you still have an attachment. Unhealthy. Sometimes the devil energy can be a lot of obsessing. And I feel like that is what your higher self is saying here that could be blocking out your happiness, is because there's still an attachment to someone or something from the past. This looks more like relationship more than it does like a... I mean, it could be inner child stuff, your home life as a child. And there's a need for changing away from... changing the perspective and the way that you look at the past so that you are able to heal it, release it, let it go. But there's also a lot of energy here that's telling me that it could potentially be a romantic relationship. Okay? Even underneath the deck, we have the Ace of Cups, which is love. So it could be a love situation. Okay, so what is this blockage here, Spirit? What is the blockage? Justice. Okay. So many of you that may have been hurt by someone in the past, some of you, this is karma. Some of you might even have like a past life karmic relationship It could have been something from your past lives, or even that you've had even in this incarnation, and it's a past life connection for you. That doesn't have to be just a romantic partner. It could be a family member. It could be a friend. It could be a coworker. But this makes me feel like this is going pretty deep here with justice, because this is karma. Justice is also literally when we are wanting justice in a situation. So let's just say somebody wronged you, somebody hurt you, and you're wanting justice, right? For how this person had hurt you. Well, waiting and waiting and waiting to see when this person is going to get their karma is not really conducive to us being able to feel free and move forward, because we're just worried about, well, when is this person going to get their karma? You know, we're waiting for justice, but we have to keep in mind that with justice, with karma, karma doesn't forget your address, right? Karma does not forget what you've done, who you've done it to, who you've hurt, or if somebody else has done that to you, right? It only keeps us stuck by worrying about it, obsessing over it. Because justice ultimately is about fairness. It's about balance. It's about equality. It's about honesty, truth, integrity. Right? Let's see what else. Why is the blockage here, Spirit? What is this blockage? The Six of Pentacles. Some of you, this could even been that you were in unbalanced connection with someone. Meaning that one of you could have been putting in far more energy than the other. Okay. Why is the blockage here? The Eight of Wands in reverse. This could have also been revolving around maybe communication with another person. Delayed or even a miscommunication with someone, a lack of action on someone's part. Why is the Devil energy here, Spirit? What is the Devil? The Ace of Swords, which is wanting, I feel like for some of you, some type of clarity. The Five of Wands, over something that you're still feeling conflicted by. I feel like something that you're having a hard time processing, healing, releasing. What is this? The King of Pentacles in reverse. This is with somebody that honestly, this feels like a toxic relationship. Okay, this feels like a toxic relationship, a toxic commitment, a past life connection. And learning whatever this is that you've learned from this experience with this person is going to help you, I feel like, to remove this blockage that you have surrounding your energy. I feel like this is Spirit, your higher self, basically saying here that this blockage with this connection, or whatever this is, whether it is, like I said, a relationship, a romantic one, could even be with a parent in which you felt like you were being treated unfairly, poorly. You weren't getting what you needed. Your needs were not being met. So it's all about our perception of how we look to something from the past, right? If something was not working and something was removed out of our life, we can be obsessing over it and holding on to it and like keeping ourselves stuck in a karmic cycle. You know? Okay, so what is this commitment, Spirit? What is this commitment energy here? The Three of Cups. Why is this commitment here? What is this? The Five of Pentacles. This is abandonment for some of you. Abandonment, feeling shut out. Some of you, this could even be like a whole third-party situation that you're in. Why is the star ancestors here, Spirit? What is this about? The hidden secrets, lost wisdom, look a little deeper. But I'm honestly feeling that this is karmic here. Some of you are having a difficult time with separating yourself from a karmic family situation, relationship. There's abandonment wounds here. There's hurt, there's pain, there's suffering. And this is creating a blockage within your own energy here. It's blocking you from feeling a sense of happiness and fulfillment within inside of yourself. So there's a need for you to allow whatever this is to honor your feelings and your emotions and to pull back your energy, withdraw your energy from this person, to change your perspective on looking at the past. And that may come through healing the abandonment wounds or the pain that you feel. Trusting and knowing that spirit, right, the universe will make sure that justice is served. It may not be in the way that we envision it to be or in the timing that is acceptable for our ego's timing, but trusting and knowing that it's going to be handled. Okay? So what is this look a little deeper? What does pile 2's higher self want pile 2 to look deeper into? What are you needing to look deeper into, pile 2? This makes me feel, especially with the karmic energy here, you've already done this before. With this person or with this situation, family member, romantic partner, you've already done this. So it's like we're doing it again in this lifetime, and Spirit's saying, what are you learning from this? Right? So that you can finally break yourself free from this karmic cycle of relationship, of family situation. It's like you've already done this before. Right? And this is understanding here, especially with these situations that can really hurt us, right? Really put us in a lot of pain. With humility here, it's understanding why this situation happened the way it did or why this didn't work out. Right? And trusting and knowing in a way that there is a force that is greater than us, that is, you know, as we're going through this soul lesson or a lesson of the heart, that it's all happening for our highest good. There's something you're meant to learn here from this. What is this you need to look a little deeper into? The Knight of Pentacles. And the Knight of Pentacles is about slow and steady movement forward. Right? With the King of Wands energy here. So more or less, I feel like this is your higher self wanting you to reclaim your power. The Page of Swords is learning. So there's something to be learned here. Whether this is, like I said, romantic partner. I feel like your higher self is wanting you to take this time to really work towards nurturing yourself at this time. Finding your inner power, finding your inner strength, reclaiming your power. Why is the Seven of Cups here? The Knight of Cups. It's romantic. It's kind of like love on the brain. And we're just thinking about it and thinking about it and thinking about it. And it's something that is, I feel like for many of you, creating blockages. Okay. We've got the Wheel of Fortune. It makes me feel, again, it's like something that is karmic. Something that you're meant to heal from. What else do we want to do here? Let's see. Let's go into these ones here. Pile number 2. What message does your higher self have for you? Important message from your higher self. Important message from pile number 2's higher self. So of course this is like a very specific message for somebody who's kind of stuck in this karmic family situation or karmic relationship. And I'm feeling like there is definitely past life energy here. So it's like your higher self in a way is trying to guide you out of this so that we're not doing it, repeating it over and over and over again. Pile number 2. What message does your higher self have for you at this time? The most important message. Whoa. That's a lot. I'm going to take this top one here that's coming out, and that is the farther gate. It says a bold step forward. Bold step forward. This is almost like moving past something, moving beyond this current situation or this current place that you're in at this time. What important message does pile number 2's higher self have for them? Hollow bone, teachability. So again, there's something that you're meant to learn here from this experience, although maybe very painful, right? Drifter, experiencing life as it comes, which is more or less about you getting like kind of like back on track. We have beloved here, and it says radical acceptance. Okay. Radical acceptance. So I'm seeing that this is a heart here. Obviously with beloved, it can talk about another person that we've loved. But the radical acceptance to me, especially if this is a relationship or a connection that's over, that would be you learning to accept the relationship as being done, or this situation being done and over. This is also about you finding the beloved within inside of yourself. Okay? The beloved within inside of you, honoring you here is what your higher self is wanting you to do. So underneath the deck, we have the Moon Maiden, and I'm also seeing Soul Retrieval that also came out with it. Right? So especially if you know which connection this is, and you know for certain this is a past life connection here, right? That you've had with this person. It's like like I said, I feel like very much your higher self is trying to tell you this is a past life karmic connection here, right? It's you reclaiming in a way with the soul retrieval all the lifetimes that you've gone through with this person and all those little lost bits and pieces that you've lost within yourself along the way. This is you meaning to call back your power, withdraw your energy from this person, accept this situation as being done. That means cutting ties, energetic attachments to a person, so that you can focus on yourself and your own new beginning. You know, it is kind of where your higher self is wanting you to focus on your transformation from this, because it's like not wanting you to kind of stay in this cycle of repeating it over and over and over again with whoever this person is. Okay, so let's see, pile. Okay, I'm going to clarify this here. The teachability. What is it that you're meant to learn here? Entanglement. It's your connection with another person. Somebody that you're entangled with or still have a connection to from the past. Even if you've already kind of like moved on from that person, but your energy is still kind of in a way haunted by this person. They're still popping up in your dreams. You still feel like, why do I still feel this person's energy? I've already left them. I'm not with them anymore. Why do I keep feeling like this, right? This is where Spirit is saying, your higher self is saying, look deeper. This connection goes back to more than just this lifetime. This has been happening lifetime after lifetime after lifetime. So for many of you, this can be an important time for you to do not only some soul retrieval, but to do some cord cutting. Releasing attachment to the person, right? Healing, which will also be something that helps you to learning the lessons that you learned from that experience with the person and healing are going to be something that helps you to kind of dissolve in a way that energetic attachment to that person. If that person's thoughts of them are still coming up in your energy, there's a reason for that, right? That tie, that bond is strong. So there's something you're meant to learn. So it's not so much that you're meant to obsess over it and say, oh, maybe I'm supposed to get back together with this person. Maybe I'm supposed to be with them again. Maybe this is why I can't forget about them and I still feel their energy. No, this is where your higher self is saying, you need to focus on loving yourself, retrieving it, and calling back your power and your energy, making and taking that bold step forward, moving away from this person, without the person, detachment from them, right? No more entanglement, no more lifetimes and lifetimes and lifetimes of being connected to this person. It's about, it ends here. It stops here. No more. We're learning what the lessons are, what we've learned from this, right? Teachability, entanglement is your connection with another person here, another soul. So this is now where you, in this lifetime, you gain freedom, right? From having to come back and do it over and over and over again, right? So maybe the first few times around, who knows how many times with this energy here, it could be lifetimes that you've had with this person where you're going through the same situation over and over again. And someone's not learning a lesson here, whether it be you or it's the other person, a soul contract that you have with someone else. Okay. So what is pile number 2 meant to learn here? What are you wanting pile 2 to know? Pile 2's higher self. What is it about this entanglement? What is it about this entanglement? I think I saw desire. This is like a really strong attachment that you have to this person. We have winter. Maybe some of you are not in contact with this person anymore, or there's nothing happening in this connection anymore. It's stuck, it's stagnant, it's not progressing, it's not moving forward. Winter to me is also about rest. It's about healing, release. What does pile number 2 need to know about this entanglement? What do you want them to know? The stag. I feel for some of you, this is protecting your energy. Protecting your energy. We have fire. And falling. It's almost like this desire that you have for this person. Is keeping you stuck. It's keeping you, I feel like, from your ascension here. In a way, holding on to this person's energy. I'm seeing betrayal at the bottom. Maybe for some of you, this person did betray you. You know? But I feel like holding on to this person or this energy or this situation in a way is kind of like doing a disservice to you. You know? Where this being of something of great importance for you. So I want to ask Spirit here, why is this soul retrieval important for you? Where's my other tarot deck? Why is this soul retrieval important for pile number 2? Why is this soul retrieval important for pile 2? The Knight of Cups. So that you can keep yourself open to other opportunities. Releasing fear, anxiety, worrying, stressing. You can open yourself up again. You claim your power here. Queen of Wands. 5 of Wands in reverse. You're resolving. There's your 10 of Cups. You're resolving the challenge, the conflict. 10 of Cups, 2 of Cups to the King of Wands. It's important for you to do this, to release this other person so that you can connect with the person you're truly meant to be with. You have to release yourself from this karmic cycle, right? I'm looking at this as you finding happiness with a soulmate, but needing to release this karmic energy. reclaim yourself and your power. I'm also seeing this not only as you meeting a new connection, especially if you're single and you're wanting to meet new love, right? Love that is balanced. It's here for you. But we need to reclaim ourself from this situation, from this person, from this entanglement that we have ourselves stuck in, so we can bring our own energy into alignment. The other thing that I'm seeing here is that what's important for the soul retrieval for you is that you find balance between both your feminine and your masculine energies. Harmony for you. And that is something that brings about the 10 of Cups, which is your happiness. Your happiness, your fulfillment, your contentment, you feeling abundant, right? That's why this is important for you. So whatever this is for you, whether it be a past relationship, a childhood family situation, abandonment wounds, this is why it's so important, where your higher self is saying, look deeper. There's a lesson here, especially if this is a let's just say a karmic family cycle situation that this has been ongoing for generation after generation after generation. This is basically your higher self says, this stops here. This stops with you. You're the cycle breaker. Okay? So that you can find this and find your happiness. Find your happiness. Okay? So that is all that I have for you, pile number 2. That is your message. I do hope this was helpful for you guys, and I will see you in the next reading. Hi, pile 3. So those of you that resonated with the return card, it says a new story, you decide, alignment, and it's coming together. So we're getting messages, important messages, most important messages that you need to hear at this time from your higher self. Okay, so we're going to pull some tarot. And we're going to have a bunch of oracle cards to kind of help to figure out what important message your higher self has for you at this time. But we're seeing a new story. You decide. Alignment. So it's almost like this important message that your higher self has for you about creating some type of new beginning, some type of shift, maybe a change of perception, a releasing of things that are not in alignment with you. It's you creating a new reality for yourself, you know, versus the old story or something that you're not happy with, or you're feeling defeated by, or you're feeling, now it's like your higher self is saying, now it's time to change. You decide what that is going to be. You can either stay in the current, maybe unfavorable situation that you're in right now, or you have a chance to change it, you know, by you coming into alignment, helping things to come together for you. So let's see where this message is going for pile number 3, Spirit. What message does pile number 3's higher self have for them at this time? The most important message. King of Pentacles. The Wheel of Fortune. Okay. So I'm seeing this. Wow. We've got the 9 of Cups here. Okay, so this almost looks like your higher self is trying to shift you into an abundant path. Okay, the path of abundance. Page of Swords. There's a lesson here for you. There's a lesson you're learning with the Page of Swords. This is taking in information, being open to learning. Being open to learning. Because let's just say, by chance, because this is very abundant here. This is wish fulfillment. This is aligning with your destiny. This is also bringing in a lot of abundance with the King of Pentacles and the Wheel of Fortune. So let's just say that for some of you, you've been stuck in a cycle of lack mentality, or finances have been not so great. And you've been stuck in that cycle, whether it's been for a little while or your entire life, right? This is where your higher self is saying, you have the opportunity. The Wheel of Fortune is about a turning point in our life where we have a choice, right, of following where we're being called, aligning with our destiny, aligning with our truth. If you look at this Page of Swords, she also looks like she's wishing for something here. She's on her knees. She's got her book open. Like I said, the Page of Swords is very much like the energy of a student, someone who's taking in knowledge, information. So it's almost like your higher self is wanting you in a way to be open to learning something different, learning something new, learning that there are other ways of accomplishing versus the old ways of thinking, right? Let's just say if we were stuck in a lack mentality, that could be like, okay, well, I'm just going to have lack for the rest of my life. I'm always going to be, not having enough money, or I'm always going to be like this. I'm always going to be unlucky in love. Whatever it is, it's like your higher self is wanting you to be open to change, to learning a new skill, learning a new mindset, and bringing an end here with the Ten of Swords in reverse to the overthinking, the overanalyzing, the stress, the mental fatigue, the exhaustion, the just feeling completely done, mentally drained, tired, exhausted, pain, heartache, everything comes to an end. This is now time for you with the Page of Swords energy here to learn new skills, right? Learning that it's possible for you to change what your old version of self story was and changing it into a new one. Okay? Into a new one. And you have this beautiful energy here of the King of Pentacles. And you'll also see in this card, the mountains are behind him, right? That in a way, I'm seeing that symbolically as you being able to learn these new skills and being open to learning, right? New ways of seeing things versus the limited perception of self-sabotage, self-limiting beliefs that we keep ourselves closed in, right? You have the ability to say, you know what? Yes, there's obstacles here. Yes, there are challenges in my life, but it doesn't mean that I can't stay committed to my goals, to my dreams, to my desires, take risks when I need to, stay focused, stay disciplined on what my long-term goals are, whether that be a very financial, stable, secure future, whether that is a long-term committed relationship that makes me feel happy, because ultimately that Nine of Cups energy is wish fulfillment, happiness, abundance, in whatever that abundance means for you. Okay? So let's pull some more cards here and see what is the most important message that pile number 2's higher self has for pile number 3 at this time. Dominance. So what is this dominance for you? Is this something that has power over you? Something that has control over you? Maybe a feeling of you being defeated, right? Because we have perspective here. So maybe in a way, because this is also number 16, which is the Tower. Which is the Tower energy, which is helping you to break something down, helping to release it. I'm feeling mindsets here. We'll find out. What is this that has a dominance over you? Something is making you feel that you cannot change. That this isn't possible for you. That happiness isn't possible. That making your dreams come true isn't possible. That a long-lasting, healthy, loving relationship isn't possible. That abundance isn't possible. Okay, that's what Spirit is saying. A new story. You decide. What is it going to be? The dominance? Or is it, I can live a life full of abundance. I can live a life full of fulfillment, happiness. Yeah, I love this. Because to me, this also looks like she's in a place of surrender. Right? She sees this beautiful star up here. And it's like this whole new way of looking at something. There's still hope. It's more or less about you having trust and faith that there is a force that is greater than you. And you being open to see that it is possible versus, like I said again, the limitations. So let's see here, pile number 2, Spirit. What message does their higher self have for pile number 2? The most important message at this time for pile 3. I don't know if I keep calling you guys pile 2. Pile 3, Spirit. Most important message, the starfish. Look at that. Wishes and sensitivity. Wishes. Most important message for pile 3. The swan. Self-love and purity. I'm also seeing resilience and life cycle at the bottom. You know, so I feel like maybe many of you have gone through a lot of really challenging situations. Maybe your higher self is also wanting you to focus on self-love. Because with the purity here, it's kind of clearing, it's cleansing, right? Away the old energy. Clearing away the old energy. Let's see. Pile number 3. What important message does your higher self have for you at this time? What important message does your higher self have for you at this time? Pile number 3. Important message. Trigger. What is triggering you? What is triggering you, pile 3? Disillusion. It's happening for a reason. It's happening for a reason, the triggers, because they're getting you to try to, you know, I mean, I feel like this happens a lot, especially when you watch pick a card readings, or you're talking to somebody and you're triggered, right? That trigger is happening for a reason, and it's because something within you needs to be healed, right? Needs to be healed. It needs to be addressed. So I want to find out what these things are, because looking at this here, the disillusion, she's all broken here. So maybe in a way, this is, right? This is something that's being broken down here. First, I want to see what this is that is dominating over, in a way, your energy here, whether it's your own thinking or some type of illusion that you have yourself stuck in. Let's see. What is this dominance? What is this dominance over pile number 3? The Knight of Wands. What is this? The Emperor. Is this something going on with your masculine energy? What is this dominance here? The Nine of Wands. Okay, so what is this trigger here? This makes me feel, for some of you, this is potentially toxic masculine energy. Now, this could be your own, okay? Your own toxic masculine. Or it could even be a toxic masculine person, okay? Toxic masculine person that you've had around you that was maybe controlling, dominating. Could be a father, could be a husband. Okay, could be from your past. Could be an ex-husband, an ex-spouse, an ex-partner. It could be a father figure. It doesn't even need to be a masculine. It could be a mom that had toxic masculine energy. I'm even feeling, for some of you, suppressed masculine energy, meaning that you're... this could have been a lack of action on your part, a lack of decision making, a lack of keeping disciplined, keeping focused, keeping organized, because the Emperor represents stability, structure, a firm foundation. The Knight of Wands is all about passion, fire, drive, creativity, pursuing something. And with the Nine of Wands energy, this is talking about having gone through a lot, having put forth a lot of energy towards things. And the Nine of Wands is also making us feel very wounded as well, feeling burnout, like we could be working too hard. Some of you may also be what do I want to say with this? Too much in the masculine energy. Too much. Meaning that the feminine energy is out of balance. Okay. I mean, and most of us anyway function out of masculine energy primarily. There's a lot of us as a collective needing to tune back into the feminine energy because we've all been masculine, just focus, work, bills, this, that, just all about it, right? And we've suppressed a lot of our feminine energy. So take that how it resonates, but I don't know, maybe your masculine energy is dominating at this time. Right? Or like I said, maybe for some of you it's suppressed or even toxic. Okay, let's see. Why is the disillusion here? The Tower. Wow. Many of you might be going through an awakening here. And this is like a big shift for you. A big wake-up call about releasing and helping you, maybe to triggering you. This awakening could be triggering you to release certain people, certain mindsets. It's kind of like your higher self is helping to awaken you, or you're guiding you through your awakening to move you out of a place of disillusion. Right? Everything that is false. She looks like she's literally like a little doll face here that's cracking open, revealing the authentic self. Right? Let's see what this trigger is here. Why is this trigger here for pile number 3? Why is this trigger here? What is this? The Six of Pentacles. Oh, some of you, this has to do with money. Because the Six of Pentacles is about giving and receiving. It's about gratitude. Gratitude. If we have been someone in our life that has only taken from people, I'm feeling like for higher self for some of you is wanting you to shift in more into an energy of gratitude, but also giving, you know, because the Six of Pentacles is about generosity. It is giving when we have it, right? It is giving and doing things for other people. But we also have to understand that although it's not expected, right, in return, but we also have to kind of keep up that mentality of giving and receiving, right? To create that flow. So if you've been someone in the past that has given too much, given way too much to people and nothing in return, this can also be something that you're needing to release here too, is having like a wake-up call. Like, am I giving too much to this person who is not giving anything back? Or have you been that person that has always asked people for help, for help, for help, for help? Give me some help, give me some help, no matter what it was for, right? But then when other people might need your help, need you, I'm not available, or I can't help you, you know? Depending on where you were at, right? Especially, like I said, if you were somebody who didn't have the abundance, right? The security or the stability. So take that how it resonates, okay? But that Six of Pentacles energy is about equal give and take. Some of you, it could even be maybe even giving you a wake-up call about a partner, about a person in your life, you know, in which there is no reciprocity there. And so that could even be Spirit saying here, like, wake up. Your higher self saying, wake up. Right? You don't have to keep yourself in this connection with this person or under this person's thumb. You can choose something different for yourself, right? So maybe this trigger here is telling you, hey, your higher self's like, hey, does this connection bring you what you're giving into it? Does this job give you what you're giving into it? Right? Is this job paying you what your worth is? Is this person giving you love like you're deserving of? Okay? That's where the self-love comes in. Am I worth more? Why is the trigger here? The Queen of Swords. It's like your higher self is wanting you to see through lies, through deception, through to truth, right? Separating truth from illusion. Truth from illusion. Clear thinking. Why is the trigger here, Spirit? The Eight of Pentacles. So maybe even for some of you, this is triggering things within inside of yourself that you're needing to work on. Maybe that is learning how to be more assertive, be more authoritative, be your own authority, stand up for yourself. For some of you, find your voice and say, I am worth more, right? Keeping or breaking yourself out of this illusion here. The tower breaking it down, wanting you to see things clearly, right? Let's see. Let's get one more for this disillusion. The Strength card. I love that because the Strength card is about your inner power, your inner strength, right? This is basically what this is uncovering here, is this awakening that's happening here so that you find your power. You find your inner strength here, your courage, releasing any fear, releasing any doubt. No more suppressed masculine energy. Okay? We have Judgment at the bottom. That is about answering the call of our soul. This is rebirth. This is renewal. This is wiping the slate clean and starting fresh, starting new. Right? A new life, which is basically what this is saying here. A new story. You decide. You're either going to come into alignment with it, or you're going to continue to stay with whatever this maybe potentially oppressive energy is keeping you stuck under, whether it's yourself or it's another person. Okay? It's like your higher self is trying to trigger you in a way to take a look. Take a clear look, right? With that Queen of Swords energy. See this situation, whatever it is, wherever it's at, job, relationship, yourself, so that you see clearly and say, okay, that's where I've got to do some work here. I've got to work on myself. I've got to learn to open up my eyes and see that there is other possibilities. There's other ways of overcoming this challenge or this obstacle instead of feeling that there's such this heavy weight weighing on me and that there's no way that I'm going to be able to overcome it or change it. Right? This is you finding all of that power within inside of yourself so that you can rise. Pile 3. You can rise. Let's see. What is this return here? What is this energy here of the return? The Knight of Pentacles. The Five of Cups. Right? This is letting go of feeling hopeless. Letting go of feeling hopeless so that these emotions are no longer controlling you or the outcome of your life or your situations that you're going through, right? But this Knight of Pentacles is more or less about getting back on track and staying focused, staying disciplined, even if it is little baby steps. It's little baby steps in the right direction, in alignment, versus being thrown off here by something outside of yourself. I'm seeing Six of Swords at the bottom. So this is, you're transitioning away from something. You're leaving something behind. Okay? It's going to be, of course, different for all of you. Some of you, I'm seeing the Knight of Cups here. Some of you, it could be love. Okay? Some of you can quite literally be love. Illusions surrounding a romantic connection for some of you. Okay? So, let's see. Let's go into what I want to do. I want to do these ones here. Okay, so let's see. Pile number 3. What important message does your higher self, that one, what important message does your higher self have for you at this time? Important message from pile number 3's higher self. The most important message for pile 3 at this time. We have the Sky Dancer with surrender. Most important message for pile number 3. The Owl. We have the Feast of Plenty, and it says choices and their consequences. So this can be your own choices that have led to certain consequences that you've had to deal with, right? It can also be understanding to maybe work towards making better choices, right? For better outcomes within your life. We also have the overflow here, and it says overwhelm and plenty. And I feel like this is where your higher self is wanting you to recognize that there is plenty of abundance to go around. There is plenty of whatever it is that you are seeking, searching, looking for. There is an overflow, but it is about us changing our perspective to that, opening ourselves up to that. Okay? With the owl here, I'm seeing this as opening up to your intuition, to wisdom from within. Now, I do want to clarify these a little bit. I almost feel like I want to do some tarot with this. Like, what is it that you're needing to surrender here? What is pile 3 needing to surrender to? Maybe to change, maybe to releasing, right? The disillusion. What is pile number 3 needing to release? Wow, we've got the Lovers in reverse. Some of you, it is a commitment, a relationship. Some of you, if it is a relationship, this is where your higher self is saying, try not to, how do I want to say this? Some of you, this is a connection that's not in alignment with you. Not in alignment with you. It's out of balance. Or we could be trying to force a situation with someone. And there's a need for you to surrender to that. Okay? I'm also feeling there's a need for you to surrender to finding balance from within inside of yourself, so that you are able to come into alignment, into balance, and being able to follow what your heart's desire is. And not getting caught up in the disillusion of that I am not strong enough to be able to accomplish this or to do it. There's the need for you to also work towards building up your confidence and your self-esteem. Okay? Let's see here. Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, I'm feeling like this is your higher self saying in a way, surrender to your divine nature, which is abundance. It is abundance. Okay? It is. What does pile 3's higher self have to say about the choices and their consequences? What about these choices and consequences? Maybe what you've learned from them, you know, from the past. We've got the King of Cups. What about these choices and consequences? The Page of Pentacles. And the Queen of Wands. It almost makes me feel like you're kind of like understanding that you are in control. You are in control of your story. Okay? You are in control here based off of your choices, your decisions. You create your reality. Right? You create your reality. So let's see here. Why is this important for pile number 3? Why is this alignment so important for pile number 3 and this surrender? This new story. Why is this so important for pile 3? The new story. We have grief. Grief and intellect. And the Ancestor and the Hunter. This makes me feel like a lot of this feeling sad or disappointment. I mean, it might quite literally be grief that you're healing from. That has taken over, right? That has oppressed in some way. You know, especially if you've gone through a lot of stuff, then I feel like you can feel completely validated in feeling like loss of motivation, you know? Like, why should I keep trying? Why should I keep trying to manifest? Why should I keep listening to this crazy lady on YouTube to tell me to be more confident and try to manifest better? But this is where your higher self is saying that this energy here, because the energy of grief or disappointment, sadness, all of these things, they are lower vibrational energies. Okay? So if your higher self is wanting you to, in a way, surrender to a life filled with abundance, happiness, things of that nature, you in your power here, and to overflow, right? Overflow and plenty here. There's a need for focusing on, I'm also feeling, because you've got your ancestors coming in here. Ancestor, the intellect. I feel like your ancestors, in a way, are chiming in with a lot of, and it looks like this skeleton is weeping here. You know? So I feel like why your higher self is saying that this is so important for you to choose a new story is because you're changing your story for not only for yourself, but you're changing it for all of your ancestors that have come before you. So it's like wanting you to not get caught up in, say, the cycles that they were, where they may have also felt defeated. They may have also felt like, oh, I can't do this. It's not possible for me. I'll never be able to have this or that in my life. And wanting you to change the whole course of your family line, your ancestral line, right? By you becoming the hunter, of not giving up on love or abundance or yourself, you know, for that matter. Why is this important for pile number 3, Spirit? The ghost. The ghost. Why is this important? Autumn. I feel like this is releasing the past, right? The ghosts of the past, the old story, your old story. We have the doe and we have the poet. So to me, these are very beautiful energies of creation, of nurturing. You know, we can either choose to keep writing with the grief and that being something that continues to keep us out of balance, not happy, in situations we don't want to be in relationships we are not happy with, you know, settling, right? I feel like I want advice for you, pile 3, because I feel like this is a tough one for you. I feel like for some of you that are trying to make some big change, you know, and it can seem daunting. It can seem like this feels impossible. It feels impossible. So what is pile 3's guidance from their higher self at this time? The Hanged Man. It's working on changing your perspective. Again, we're going back to the Page of Swords. This is your higher self being open to changing, be open to learning new ways of thinking about things, right? Shift into the mentality of trust, of faith, of believing, not only in yourself, but in your spirit team, your ancestors. You know? Sometimes we can go through life and think, oh yeah, I've experienced this, that, I know it all. Nothing's going to change. It's always going to be stuck like that. I've already gone through it, right? And we can keep that mentality. And so we've got more of the same energy. But if we can really shift into learning something new, new ways of thinking, new ways of doing, right? The Page of Swords can also talk about you maturing in terms of your communication, in terms of the way that you think and the way that you act. Okay? Because the page is like a child. It's immature. It's still learning. It's a novice at something, right? So some of you that may have made decisions or choices, especially for those of you that have gone through certain traumas in the past, right? If we've gone through traumas, if we've gone through some challenging relations, of course, right? Of course, we're going to be stuck in maybe a childlike mindset of not knowing how to communicate or express our needs, or not knowing what to do or how to solve this problem or how to see beyond in a way that somebody might else look at something and they're like, oh, I got it. I figured it out. Where if you've gone through so much stuff, right, in your past, and you're just like, I'm trying to figure this out as a child. I'm trying to figure this out with this type of mentality here. I don't know what this is, right? It's like us being like, let's just say a kindergartner, and you give the child some homework from like college, and the kindergartner's like, what? I don't even know what this is, right? It's foreign to me. So for many of you, that can be part of the challenge. The struggle is that a learning, right? Learning, being open to it. So your message here as your advice is a change of perspective, okay? A shift in perspective. So what is your guidance? What is your advice from your higher self with this? We've got the Four of Swords, and I just had another one that fell on the floor. But the Four of Swords energy, yep, look at that. We got the Eight of Swords. The Four of Swords is about taking a rest. It is clearing the mind. Okay, meditating may also be something your higher self wants you to focus on. Why? Because we've got a busy brain here, pile 3, with the Eight of Swords. This is a lot of negative thinking, a lot of overanalyzing, a lot of self-limiting beliefs, a lot of keeping ourselves in a victim mentality, victim mindset, victimization, however you want to call it. This is self-sabotaging thoughts, right? This is keeping ourselves stuck in a mental prison of negativity, right? So until we learn to change from this mindset, this is where your higher self is saying, surrender, right? Be open to learning. And that may even come from you going to therapy. It might learn from you getting a mentor, from working with a life coach, from working with a psychologist, a therapist, a psychotherapist, where you learn new skills. It's okay to ask for help. It's okay to say, I don't know how to figure this out. Okay? I don't know what you mean, Monique. Especially when I see the comments later for this reading. I know, right? Because I was like this too. Because I'd gone through so much trauma that I didn't know my butt from the hole in the ground with that, how to figure things out, right? How can someone tell me that I have to do this or I have to do that? And I don't even know what they're talking about. Where do I even start? How do I change this mentality from this Eight of Swords? Because that's what I used to be stuck in, trapped in, just negativity, right? So we have to learn how to change away from that. And like I said, it's not, you may not have the tools that you need right now, but you can get them, right? By asking for help, by using your resources, even if it is grief that you're still healing from, pain, sadness, things from your past, right? Going to counseling, going to therapy, learning new skills, new ways of approaching, right? Some of you, it may literally just be working on your confidence, working on no longer suppressing your masculine energy, building up your self-esteem, building up your confidence in yourself, and keeping yourself focused and disciplined, right? Setting little goals for yourself, little goals before you bake the big goals, right? The simple tasks that we have to do with learning how to bring forth more of that masculine energy to help us to actually get things done, which is where your higher self is wanting you, right? A new story, you decide, alignment, it can all come together for you as long as you decide to create something new, surrender to the old, right? Releasing the old ways of thinking, old ways of doing. Some of you might just be meditating, right? Meditating and connecting with your higher self so that you can start to receive those downloads, those messages, you know, your meditation, ask your higher self a question, right? And just sit there quietly for that first answer that pops into your mind. If it's something fear-based like this, that is not your higher self, okay? That is the ego, which means we need to get a little bit better at practicing meditation, okay? Sometimes you might have a little bit of a hard time with quieting the mind, and it comes with practice, okay? To observe the thoughts as they come in. Don't try to force them to go away. Observe them as they come in and let them pass, right? So you get better at meditating. And this is the best way, honestly, that you can learn to connect with your higher self is through meditation. You don't just have to lay down like this guy to meditate. You can meditate while you're vacuuming. You can meditate while you're going for a walk in nature. You can sit outside. You can journal. You can do the dishes. You can vacuum. You can take a shower. You can take a bath. Anywhere that's just allowing you to just relax and de-stress. Tune out, right? Away from TV, away from your phone, right? And just calm. That is where you will connect in with your higher self. Okay? So that is all that I have for you, pile number 3. I do hope this was helpful for you guys, and I will see you in the next reading.